Trinity Slayer. Eliminate the enemy team.
Oh, Maven, that whole intro was, I thought we literally kicked the hell out of it.
Oh yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, I know you guys couldn't.
Well, I know we were coming through the loudspeakers here. I don't know if it wasn't coming through the stream or what the case may be, but I believe you guys can hear us now. So we're hopping on board here. I'm not sure if you heard the introduction we did, but we're hopping on board with Spartan and Proverb versus Maniac and Cloud. If you didn't hear us, one of the surprises to this event is the new BTH team. Not new, but kind of a new look for this event. For those who are not aware, this is kind of like a combine, smaller event, less teams, and they kind of came together last minute, but have a really good shot at getting top 3.
Oh, for sure. The big thing about BTH is that, you know, they're so consistent, and at every event they've ever been to in the Halo 4 season, they don't beat anyone they're not supposed to beat, and they always beat teams they're supposed to beat.
Yep.
So they're consistent.
Yep. And yeah, I know we were saying before, you know, there hasn't really been a lot of 2v2 competitors in Halo 4. So this is a lot of our first looks at it. But, you know, big thing in 2v2, just from experience in matchmaking and just from prior Halos, is really not necessarily stick together. I mean, yes, you do want to be close to each other. Disgusting snipe by Maniac there. But you really, really have to, you know, team shoot and try to stay alive. Because as soon as you get that one down scenario, you know, a lot of times that leads to 2 down very, very quickly.
And you know, the other big thing here too, Maves, especially on this map,
wow,
is
Maniac's heating up.
Yeah, and the other big thing, dude, is what I'm saying is, you know, we normally don't see as there's coaches actually making a difference in the game. It's all about the players. So having a player like Cloud, veteran in this scene, or like Proverb, you know, who's always been kind of labeled as a sponsor kid, but knows the fundamentals, it's really big to have on your 2v2 because you're like, hey, overshield in 20 seconds, and you kind of get that coaching vibe to it. And as we both know, power-ups to 4v4 if they're important, cut the players in half, it's even more important.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. You know, when you get an overshield, typically in 4v4, you know, you can sometimes get that burn down scenario. We have 4 people just, you know, crush that overshield. A little tougher to do when you only have 2 people. So yeah, power-up control is even bigger here. And you know, just a score update here. It looks like, you know, Proverb and Spartan are actually up 11-10 right now. I know our early pick was the Maniac and Cloud side of things, especially after seeing Cloud make it to the 1v1. But we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, well, jumping on board on Cloud here, he's going to be sitting top yellow. Maniac's going to be taken out. That's going to be his teammate. He's going to trade with Proverb, and he's just going to patrol the top. And the great thing about the top here, especially when you have a sniper on this map, is the angles are, they're not, it's not that they're difficult, that was a terrible shot, but
yeah, Cloud got lucky there.
It's not that the angles are difficult, but it's just like, you always have to have your head on a swivel, which the sniper ends up not being able to get too comfortable, you know?
Yep, and yeah, like you're saying, you're going to notice, predominantly you're going to want to control nice shots by Cloud there. You're going to want to control top middle, you know, basically pick out where they're spawning and then, you know, pinch, move towards together, however you want to play. The only time you're really going to start moving low is, you know, for that snipe and overshield spawn. As we see, looks like they just got the new sniper, I believe.
Yeah, and this is the lead change. Maniac was able to acquire that overshield, and as we're hearing a little bit of trash talking here, there's a little bit of a crowd here behind the Believe the Hype squad. I think everyone's familiar with them just because they're, so you know.
Close. And you see, that's perfect. That's what we're talking about, sticking together. No, my. And they both have snipers. So, yeah, that usually, you know, when you're down, a good way to turn it around is get that overshield and both have sniper rifles.
Oh, God.
Oh, my.
Maniac picking up a double kill here. This is just going, all the momentum has shifted. Proverb and Spartan started off, and they were doing a little bit.
I didn't want to hit that.
Hold the phone.
Oh, nice nade there, nice nade there. That would have been disgusting.
Yeah. Jumping on board with Maniac as he's going to be lifting up the top purple. Maniac going to be looking around here. He does have the sniper, and sniper on sniper. Will he be the alpha male?
Oh, well, you hit him there. Let's see. Nice nade.
What a coward. Who goes for the nade?
And we're at, and they did take, it's 22-16 now, so that turned into, a one-score disadvantage there to, 6-kill lead in a matter of probably, what, a minute?
Yeah. Well, the main thing, too, we're seeing here is we're just watching Spartan, is he took such a kind of a piss-poor route with that sniper. You didn't see him kind of double out and go out to the outside and hit that portal up. Instead, he just kind of went bottom purple and he basically prayed to the gods that no one saw him and he was able to be taken down. So it's really all about your routes on this map. I mean, this map is basically a big circle. Yeah,
it really is. And, just really getting those angles where you're able to team shoot, keep each other alive. And, with the 24-17 lead that Maniac and Cloud have, it looks like our prediction's looking fairly accurate. This is going to be tough to come back from unless, they can somehow get that snipe and OS spawn. But for those of you just tuning in, if you're not aware, I believe we are doing best of 3. They will all be first to 30 kills or 10 minutes, 10 or 12.
Yep, 12 minutes. 12 minutes here at the AGL 2v2. So, 26 kills here as we're seeing as Maniac is going to
and
give the shout out
when you're down, you do not want the other team to get the overshield and sniper. And Maniac does have control and I don't know if you guys can hear him, but he's feeling a little confident.
Have you ever thought about writing a strategy guidebook, maybe? That makes an insanely good sense to me.
I'm incredibly smart in a very blatant and dumb way.
Well, you got to make sure you hit your shot. And if you're down, you can't give the enemy an advantage.
Nice shots by Cloud there, but he should have lost that battle. I think that's the third time I've seen Cloud down a shot where he's come back and won. So that's, it's him being clutch and the other team missing.
Yeah, for sure. And then, that's a big thing, though, too, here. Is there, 29, 28? 2 kills away from taking this game number 1 here. And assuming since they're blue team, they don't have host this first game. So now game 2, I think it's going to go to their map selection, and they have host. Whew.
And I believe Maniac is dancing a little bit. And one other thing you guys might notice as far as your ordinances, a lot of times in 4v4, you're predominantly going to see the shield. For the most part because, there's 3 other people.
Depends on the map, but yes.
Yeah, but there's 3 other people. It gives you a lot of time for one of the 3 to help you.
Yep.
I'm just saying now, I think you're going to see a little bit more of a 50-50 mix with a thruster pack, if not more thruster pack. Just because typically, a lot of times you're going to be in a 1v1 situation where that thruster is going to help you out a lot more than the shield will typically.
Yep,
so we'll have to wait and see, but I think you're going to see a lot more of it.
Well, and the other thing too is but with the exception of ordinances, is we're going to see as teams are going to be split up to the people who they're actually comfortable with playing. So we do see as Cloud and Maniac are together, Richie, Hines, and Pistola are together, and there's just a lot of chemistry here that they've built over the years, and that's huge for them. When you look at it, like, Maniac and Cloud are so used to how each other play this game, like, they know. They're like, Maniac can just go, yo, dude, Scotty, I'm backing out. And he's just going to be able to come in there. Like, it's the small talk that's really going to make a difference.
Yeah, and I'd say, there's more, I guess, teamwork that goes into 4v4, obviously, because there's a lot more going on.
Yeah.
But it's just a different type of teamwork with 2v2. There probably isn't quite as much small talk because there doesn't need to be with 2 people. Nope. It's just a lot more reacting and that playing with people for a lot longer. It helps, I think, more in 2v2. I would say.
Yeah, and the other thing too is you're going to notice the angles. The angles that players are actually going to be watching are going to be similar, but they're also going to be a little bit different with how they execute it because it's more or less you basically are watching it and you're trying to cut down the map to narrow it down as to where your opposition is going to be. Yeah. And that's the beauty of the 2v2s because, your screen's there and I'm here and I get to watch where you're at and I'm like, oh, well, if they're not green, they're not yellow, then I know they're purple.
Yeah. Screen watching definitely is much easier and much more significant in the 2v2.
Yep.
But we're going to hop into the second game, I believe, here.
Yep. Game number 2, the best of 3, we do have as Believe the Hype. 2v2's featured team, Maniac and Cloud.
So who's your favorite? Overall, not this series.
Oh, overall? Well, it's really hard to go against my Twitter son of Forma. He's just such a monster, but Richie Hines and Pistola are just, they have so much history together. It's almost, you can't bet against them.
Pistola just whips his head around and yells, "What at you?"
Right?
But yeah, I think it'd be hard to argue against those two teams, I'd say. I mean, Enable and Formal don't have a ton of experience really playing together, but they both just slay. And they don't really miss. So it's going to be interesting to see how that works out. But you got to think as far as camaraderie, experience. Pistola and Hines have the edge there for sure.
Well, only time will tell. Maybe that is the beauty of this 2v2.
Yeah, but we are on Simplex here, and again, this is first to 30. I know last map is familiar to most. Probably a Simplex has been a staple of AGL and Halo 4 Throwdown for quite a while now. It's quite simple, hence the name. But this is predominantly, again, we don't have a sniper right here. We don't have rockets. I mean, this is really it's going to be overshield control. It's going to be BR battles and overshield.
And I can't believe you didn't talk about it, but the railgun, when you eliminate, those extra 4 players on the map, the railgun makes such a significant difference because, you have time to get into that comfort zone, man.
Yeah, that's
scary.
That's a very good point.
That's why I made it.
Oh, thank you, Scott.
So jumping on board with Maniac. Maniac's going to take the base position here, and normally we're not going to see as people are going to anchor, if we can steal a COD terminology here, we're not going to see too many people anchor out of the base. Normally you're going to see much more running and gunning and trying to cover as much ground as soon as possible in the 2v2s. That's something we're going to see from the Hines and Olas and Formals and Enables and teams like that. But Maniac and Cloud, they've always kind of been known as playing a little bit slower than enemy teams. So we can kind of expect to see that anchor.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I personally, I haven't really played much, just 2v2 a couple times here, but
I know.
I'm going to think you're either going to try and have, someone top purple, top yellow, and then someone on top base, or maybe top middle. I guess top middle's a little safer than in 4s because you can't get lit up from every angle right away. But I don't know. I'm very interested to see how it plays out because what you guys don't realize is these players don't have a ton of experience with this. I mean, there hasn't been 2v2 events. No one's been putting a lot of time into 2v2, so it's kind of fun to see how they figure stuff out as we go along here.
Well, both members of BTH are going to be taken down as we are seeing a Spartan and Proverb up to the early lead again, maybe. Yeah. What do you think it is? Is it just because those first 2 overshields go in their favor?
Probably, yeah. They were up, 11-8, 11-9, something like that last game, and it turned around quickly. But what we got to remember is, when it was kind of just the straight VR battles, they were doing fine. It wasn't until they had those 2 snipers that it really jumped out. So they don't have the advantage of the sniper here. But we do see Maniac with the scatter shot. We'll see if I got to imagine that's going to be pretty dominant if he can get a decent range here.
Well, the thing about the scatter shot too is on land it's so consistent. Online we see it's like sometimes it's a sniper rifle and then other times it's a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
You have no idea what to expect. So on land, you
on
basically...
land, it's terrifying.
Yeah, it definitely makes presence known, to say the very least.
But yeah, they have, I didn't see, I was looking at Cloud here, I didn't see if Maniac dropped. Okay, he did drop for the railgun. I thought he had a scatter shot railgun combination that was going to be quite interesting. First time I would have seen that.
Screw the long range, man. I'm here to just basically bat my own stats.
And Cloud may be able to pick up a double here. Nice grenade.
No. Well, the cool thing about Cloud is he's known for having amazing grenades back in the history of Halo. And is that a lead change? Tied up? I can't tell. The screen's so small.
Yeah. The 8s and 9s look a little similar to us. But I do believe it's tied up at 8 now.
Nice.
Or 9.
Whatever.
But
we'll wait for
basically no control here yet. But you've kind of seen, like we said, they've been sitting, top purple, top yellow, a little bit of top middle. Not so much. You're not gonna really see any bottom middle control. Whereas in 4v4, you can kind of maybe sneak low to try and get a pick or try and get a flag pull. There's not much reason to go low except to pull the scatter shot quickly.
Yeah, and sometimes though the bottom middle, high risk, high reward. If you get caught there in 2s, you're basically screwed. But if you can get that flank and they're trapped at a base and you get under them, it's guaranteed 2 kills for you because it's just such a hard angle. But it's basically you feel out where your opposition is. And sometimes, the most obvious flanks are the best flanks in 2v2s. And that's why you're probably seeing some of these players make moves and you're like, why in the world did that work out? It's just, they didn't anticipate it.
Yeah, right there. That's why it's so hard. Once you get one down in that situation, basically that 2v2 pinch comes so quickly. He was able to get, I think it was Prover got 1 kill out of it, but before he could get anywhere, Cloud was closing on him. So that's why you really can't challenge much at all in 2s. Not whatsoever.
Yep, so Cloud's going to be pushing up. Maniac does have his help. They're going to be able to tag team him, and down goes Proverb here as Cloud and Maniac both staying alive. Maniac does have the scatter shot. He knows that Spartan is trapped at yellow, and Proverb is going to be coming around putting shots, and Maniac may go down here. Down he goes, and now Cloud is in a 2v1. Ooh, he's going to be able to back up into the base. Spots the guy jumping up, puts 2 shots in him, and down he goes. So it is just a 1-kill difference game here, Maves.
Yeah, and that's that's what's tricky. I mean, most of the time when you see one teammate down, you're going to notice they are going to relax. They're going to wait for their teammate to spawn. It's just, you can't push. There's not much you can do at all unless you have an overshield. But even then, you really want to wait for your teammate to be there because we were saying it can't be melted as quickly as in 4s, but 2 BRs on a still will pull it down rather quickly.
Yeah, it's just so important to stay alive in 2v2s as well. Like we always talk about staying alive in 4s.
Yeah, Cloud's got to survive here.
We always talk about staying alive in 4s.
Yeah.
But like 2s where it's actually Team Slayer and it's only to 30, like every death.
Yeah, we'll be reiterating that quite a bit because it's probably
will be your broken records.
Yeah, probably the most important thing here in 2s.
The Cloud's seeing that railgun popped up. We talked about it earlier. The railgun's so important. He sees a nade. Is this going to be good for him? Oh, no, he whips. Come on, Cloud.
And, it looked like he waited for the full charge there. I mean, for those of you who don't know, you can't actually shoot it before, that full-length hold. And, if he got that off with the quick shot, it might have got him.
Yeah, might have. Well, Spartan's overshield is going to be depleted here as Cloud's going to connect, and he's in front of him. Oh, thruster pack. It's going to be a 1v1 battle here. The nade barely touching him. Maniac in the battle in the courtyard. Getting a little bit overzealous. He's going to be taken down. Cloud now is going to be shot in the back. He's going to try to stay alive.
Oh, I thought he was going to get a little ninja out of that somehow.
Dude, I couldn't take it if he did it.
But, I was just about to say the game's looking over at 20-14, but it quickly changed to a 20-16 game here. We'll see if they're able to turn it around. But so far, I mean, it's been the same thing. It looks like, the Proverb Spartan team has gotten a little bit of early control, and by that I mean like a 1-kill lead. Yeah. Once you hit that midpoint, they've, the Maniac and Cloud duo has jumped out, 5-7 kills.
They're just 9 kills away now. There's about 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock here, so time is not going to be a factor. Normally we'll see is sometimes, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see it eventually this tournament so far, is in 2s people slow it down a lot, and they basically, they have the lead, so they're like, oh, why push? Let's make
I think you're really only going to see that on maybe like Abandon and Haven, and I actually we haven't even been given the full map list, but I assume those 2 will be used.
Oh yeah.
But the last 2 maps we played, they're too small. There's not going to be that slow a play. You can't.
Yep. So Maniac's going to win a big 1v1 battle here. That's going to push them all the way up to 24 here. Cloud throwing in the shots long range. They're getting set up here in the top middle, and I'm surprised top middle hasn't made that big of an impact here already, maybe because like you said, you can't get let up from all angles as Cloud's going to take himself down. But the other thing is, it was such a great aerial view over everything. Yeah,
I've really only seen them push top middle basically for overshield. That's the only time they're trying. Cloud's going to make, he misses the jump. And that's the thing that hurts there. Those shots, not only do they hurt you, but they also slow you down. So the reason he didn't make that jump there, if you're not aware, is just the slow speed from the hits there.
Yeah, sometimes the shots in your chest can kind of hinder how you can move. It's
move the old Master Chief a little slower.
Yeah, it messes with your inner chief. So in a 1v1 battle here, Cloud's going to stay alive. Maniac's going to be caught bottom middle. Ooh, he almost turned it around on him.
Just say it's a 2-kill game here. 26-24. Cloud and Maniac still are in control, but I imagine this is a little tighter than they want it to be after having that 6-kill lead.
Yeah. So Spartan and Proverb here, they're setting up on the gold side. Proverb's going to be moving top middle. Spartan hiding top gold. And the big thing about top gold is you get that better angle over the bases. So this is big for him. Oh, no.
That scatter shot. We'll see if he switches for a railgun, and he...
Oh, my God. Is this
did he just scatter rail? I think he does have the scatter. He does have the scatter rail.
Oh, my God. By the beard of Zeus, Maven, I've never, in my wildest, thought I would see this combo.
Yeah, we'll see.
Not even mad.
Here. I mean, it's going to be tricky if he gets one of those rail shots. Brings him to no shield. He can't clean it up.
Dude, I'm shooting him, man. Oh, we can only
spamming that scatter shot across.
So if down goes Sparks, and both power weapons are going to be taken out as Proverb's going to pick up one of them. Maniac and Cloud now do have Proverb trapped like a rat. Proverb's going to be able to connect with the railgun right to Maniac's teeth. Now this is going to be a 2-on-1 scenario in favor of Spartan and Proverb as Maniac is coming off the respawn.
Yeah, and he was smart, waited for the spawn. We do have a 27-27 score here, so just 3 to go. I think a little under 2 minutes left, I believe. And,
That's
this
big.
is,
Proverb missed the
this is a fight.
railgun, man.
Lead.
Proverb missing that railgun's huge. Now the Spartan has to stay alive, and his teammate's going to be
running
spawning.
for his
oh,
life.
God. Proverb spawned bottom middle, nades his teammate. That's going to hurt Spartan very, very badly. Cloud's going to be coming in from pink side. Maniac does have the scatter shot. In comes the pulse grenade. And now they got to play this, and they're going to use their numbers to their advantage, but they're going to flank from behind. Cloud missing shots. He's able to hit that one battle, and then,
We have 29-29. And, I don't hear Maniac yelling that much this game.
29-29 as Proverb has acquired the overshield, Maven.
Yeah.
Oh, Maniac's at the same base. This is terrifying. Proverb now waiting to find Maniac. He's on his heels. Maniac, you gotta turn around, man. I hate knowing this. I wish I could tell him, but I can't.
Well, it looks like they have yellow control here. They're actually moving to the opposite base, so it looks like this is going to be extended here, and we're getting down to, I believe, the minute mark. Yeah, we're at around 50 seconds, so this is going to come down to the wire. We were talking about people slowing it down. Typically in this map you won't, but when it's 29-29 with a minute left, the stakes kind of change.
And the big thing about this, by flipping the map that Cloud and Maniac did, it's actually taking away of the overshield of Proverb, so that's humongous.
I think Maniac heard he was there and basically booked it to their base and waited for it to go off.
I don't blame him.
See, Proverb's overshield's completely gone, and he's lit.
Yep. Hey, Proverb, no one. No shields. Proverb trying to stay on. Spartan's going to clean up the last kill. And we are going to a game number 3.
Wow, that was played well by Cloud Maniac. They got to their base, they let the overshield drain, but he got picked mid, and that was basically Cloud. He was just jumping out there because he had to get one shot in Proverbs, so he was trying to be the man, but unfortunately got picked. So that was a great play by Spartan.
Well, dude, that's one of those scenarios where it's like, it's 29-29. You can only prepare for him so much, but you hear your teammates call, like, there's a no-shields guy here, like, you make that move.
Yeah, I mean,
and Spartan was in a great place at the right time, man. Salute.
They both did a great job. Not only did Proverb get away and get cut off the angle from Cloud, but then also, we caught it the last second there, but I think Spartan forward him with the light rifle, I believe, and that's that's a clutch play at that period.
Absolutely huge. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a quick commercial break, and then we'll be back with Game 3. I phrased it as a question. So, if we do go to commercial break, you can anticipate it, but if not...
I thought we were having some name changes here, but I don't believe we are. I thought Maniac was getting clever, but...
No?
I think they're just setting up the next game, and it looks like, I believe it's going to be Haven, but we'll find out in a second here.
Yeah, and we actually are not going to a commercial, so the question mark was perfect.
But this
Maybe,
is...
you know what, dude? I got to say this, man. We're basically going through our first series here of 2v2s. I kind of like 2v2s. Like, I actually genuinely enjoy it.
We've got a couple tweets saying from viewers, it's a little easier to follow, it's slower pace, less to follow, less to watch. And the same applies to us. it's 4 screens instead of the 8 we have to try and coordinate here. It's just it's easier. It's a fun time. And so far, the 2v2, I guess, entertainment value and competitive value was kind of questioned. But from what we've seen, this is great. It's fun. Yeah.
And so we do have the word from the commish that it will be Team Slayer on Haven. Now, the big thing about Team Slayer on Haven here is we're going to have the sniper rifle. We're going to have the railgun. Maven, the big thing, if I'm going into this 2v2 in this game 3, I want to force the fights to the street. I want to keep going underneath to a minimum. This is not 4v4s. You don't want to force those flanks to go underneath. Yeah. If you get trapped bottom middle, it's over. Yeah. All that's going to happen is you're going to die. You're going to spawn open ramp. Your team's just going to keep getting slapped. You don't want that, so you want to force it.
I thought we were going to Haven.
No, we are.
We are. Oh,
That's
sorry,
the other game going on. I was waiting for the confusion to happen. I knew it was happening.
Even though I said we're seeing 4 screens, we actually are seeing 8. There's just a different game. So we're still waiting for the setup here.
Yep. So as I think Spartan the dog is making his tweets.
I was about to say that's interesting. Game 1 and game 3 on the same map.
Bro, that's like not right.
Yeah. That's how I felt.
Yeah, I don't blame you, dude.
You did warn me about that at the beginning.
I did. I literally said, Maven, be careful, because when the game starts, we only have to follow the ones with names. But hey.
I got excited.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't force him to drink,
Oh, my. And I'm not sure exactly what we're waiting on here.
I believe the hype is actually sacrificing a goat before this game.
Well, Maniac maybe make it a vine or tweeting something.
My earbud fell out. It feels like a lizard's in my ear.
All right, here we are. We are hopping in. But yeah,
Not one bit.
I mean, big thing we're gonna keep an eye out here is gonna be the sniper. We saw how quickly that first game switched as soon as I believe it was both got that sniper control. It's gonna be a big part of this because it's not as easy. On 4v4, if you have a sniper in Haven, typically you can avoid it or you can have a couple people push it. It's not quite as easy to push when you only have 2 people. It's really not. It's too easy to pick those 2 people off.
Yeah, and so, like we said, the sniper's going to be coming up on a dynamic timer every 2 minutes from when you pick it up.
And look at Cloud being sneaky here, waiting for him to pull.
Ooh.
Great play by him.
Great play.
Nice shot.
And, that's the one thing, even when you go all the way back to the days of Halo 1-2s and even Halo 2 2v2s.
Nice. That was a perfect little bait there. Waited for with the help of Maniac. That's exactly how you got to play the 2v2s. He got weak. He knew his teammate was coming. Just crouched there.
Yeah, the thing is you just play so slow, and so many people aren't used to that because in 4s you can fly, you can press left bumper if you play bumper jumper, jump, sprint, jump, repeat.
Well, yeah, that's
and you can
that's
just clean up
That's
shots.
been one of the kind of negative things said about some of the older pros coming back into Halo 4 after I'm playing for a while. It's just they play too slow because Halo 4 you just have to play faster.
Yeah.
I mean, because of sprint. Sprint's not the only part of it, but just the game types like extraction. You have to get around quickly.
Yeah.
And some people haven't adjusted as well as others.
Yep. Maniac no shields, and somehow he's able to stay alive as he's going to be dropping into bottom red. He does have a railgun. His teammate Cloud's going to have his back, and now they're actually going to be holding low on the map. On the other side, we do have Proverb pushing Red Street all by his lonesome, as Spartan now is going to be sitting top metal. And it's a little bit interesting here, Maves, because I said the one thing you don't want to do is get caught down low, and they got caught down low, but they didn't get punished for it. So this is very
Oh my.
I watched it all happen.
It should lead to a kill, though. Yeah, there we go. That up. Yeah, and that's the one problem. I mean, the assassination was cute, but not enough time to get away there.
And you have to it begs the question, did he actually mean to animate him? Because, if you're like me and you have fat fingers, sometimes it just happens.
Oh, great shots there by Proverb cleaning up Cloud. Oh, my.
Wow. That's a big momentum swing, man.
We do have 5-5. Yeah, they jumped out. I think it was to a 3-0 lead. Cloud and Maniac. Let's turn around quickly. All tied up. And, I got to think... I'm hoping this is a close one for the viewers and for us, but I got to think Cloud and Maniac are going to be disappointed if they let this one get away from them, especially after that first game.
Oh, Spartan the dog with just a disgusting double kill as he pulls out the railgun and says, "I am the boss."
Yeah, that's one of the things that was said. Remember that first team he was on. Everyone was talking about, hey, he just was a bit in carry mode, like he was just clearly the best player. And we've been looking forward to him getting on kind of like a stud team, and he hasn't had the opportunity yet. Although this is a this is a good mix he brought here, obviously with Goofy joining the squad for this event. But clearly, from that play and just what we've seen of him, the kid's a monster.
Yeah. So Proverb does have the sniper rifle here. Spartan's got his help bottom middle. Proverb's going to throw a nade. He's going to anticipate it. Oh, will Cloud go down? Proverb's going to be able to do it, and this is not looking good for BTH. They are getting caught not only bottom middle, but they're also getting caught chasing. It's very, very unusual to see pro players of that magnitude get caught chasing, as Proverb's now going to go for no-scope, which is just as crazy as getting caught chasing.
Typically when you miss that first no-scope, you don't want to sprint at him there. But that's, he might have thought he was getting flanked, but, that's a big play there because now Sniper's now in the hands of Cloud. They lost a point there, plus full sniper control. Oh my! See, and I was about to say it led to another kill, but Cloud should definitely clean that up.
Yep. So Proverb now spawning bottom blue here. He's got a guy Maniac that he's going to be bottom middle. Cloud now bottom middle as well. They have all the power weapon controls here. Proverb is still sitting bottom blue. So is Spartan. This is not good for them. Right now, if you're Proverb, you have to say, listen, Spartan, we got to get the hell up. You got to either push it up to closed or you got to just lift up the blue street and you pray to God he's not sitting on the landing. And you can kind of peek out and you can see if he's on the landing. If he's on the landing, then you don't do it. If he's not, you can lift up there and get control of the street.
I wonder, we talked about how we thought Cloud and Maniac especially had an advantage because of their experience playing together. But, I wonder... We know they didn't get much team practice in. They came together at the last minute. We know that, Goofy squad with Proverb, Spartan, they on the other hand did. I saw Goofy tweeting all the time. They're on practicing. I wondered, if Proverb and Spartan maybe have run some twos against some other teams. They at least seemed at times to be a little more confident in their movement.
Yeah. Well, down goes Proverb here as BTH is trying to make a push here. Cloud does have help with Maniac, and they're going to try to force this fight. But, you know, Proverb getting that basically complete flip spawn here. He has a complete flank on the members of BTH. He has to play this right, and he is not
Should be able to clean that up. Nice kill.
If he lives, that's big. He lived. That's huge.
Nice kill by Cloud, but he's still great play by Cloud. Not only did he get the kill there, but was also able to get away.
Yep, Spartan does have this light rifle, and you know the light rifle in 2v2s, you know, you never even really think about it, but you know, you can do some significant damage with that.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're hopping on Proverb here. He's trying to get that top middle control. It looks like he did realize they spawned bottom open because they did pretty much have eyes in the rest of the map.
The Proverb's still sitting here. He's got shots, and he drops all the way down. That is not what you want to do. And Cloud in a 1v1. Wow. Cloud's able to do it. That's big.
Yeah, that was, I mean, when you have them both pinned at bottom open like that, you keep them pinned there. You don't want to dive off like that, or you don't even really need to push that hard unless it's a little more coordinated. But that could not have gone better for Cloud Maniac in the position they were in.
No. The main thing there, and basically exactly what you said though, when they're spawning bottom open, you use the elevation because they have to look directly up to even put shots in you. So you just make them weak. And then if things get crazy, you can send a flanker down there, but you don't.
Oh, wow. And that was a great nade and kill on Cloud there because AS lost Sniper again. They're pushing towards it now. And what do we have here? Looks like 17-14. Proverb and Spartan are up. So
3-kill lead here. They're just 13 kills away from taking this game number 3 and advancing. You saw that blue light there, and Proverb's going to put that away. Will he get the target? He does!
Oh, my.
Cloud is going to be taken down. That's going to be a 4-kill lead as Spartan is on a flank on Maniac. Down goes Maniac as Proverb's going to be able to clean up 2 members that believe the hype. Cloud coming off the respawn. That's going to put him on Red Street. Maniac's going to be spawning right there along his side, and now they will be able to force the fights to the street. And this is what I love. I love forcing the fights to the street. Even in 4s, I think it's better just because it seems like you have more control of it, you know? And
man, I can't get over it. Cloud's got to be furious about that kill because he missed the shot by a hair. Otherwise, he would not have got that rail off.
It's a heartbreaker. And that's big, dude. So the teamwork of Spartan and Proverb really shining here as they were able to stop BTH from making any kind of push here.
Yeah, and
still on board with Cloud.
This lead, though, it's, what, we're at 7 now, actually. I would say it was 6-kill lead for Cloud Maniac last game, though, and they lost that. So we'll see if Proverb and Spartan can do a better job holding on to the late lead here.
Yep, well, we do see as I was getting ready to say, well, the sniper is going to change everything, Maven, and we do see as BTH will be able to grab the sniper, but sniping in 2v2s here on Haven is a little bit different. You can get away with sniping top open because you don't have too big of a spawn influence for your teammates. It's not like you have to worry about 3, you only have to worry about 1. So if Maniac dies, he's okay with the bottom open spawn, but if you have 3 other players on your team spawning bottom open, it's rest in pieces.
Yeah, and they kind of have to play slow, let Cloud try to get some picks here. I mean, there's a lot of time. I think we have, right around 4 minutes left. So they don't have to put too much pressure on, but this is what we were talking about with this map really slowing down at this stage of the game, because unlike the 2 prior maps, you can't really do what they're. I mean, look, Proverb and Spartan are just sitting low. Yep. Typically, you don't want to do that, but with a 5-kill lead at this stage in the game, it doesn't hurt to milk some time.
And I'm normally not big on criticizing players for their decision making, but Cloud should have really went top middle with that sniper rifle and try to pick off some different angles. Like he knows they're bottom red.
Well, he was top middle for a good 30 seconds there. I think.
Oh no!
Hold the phone. Pull out the BR.
Hold it. Nice. Good nade.
Oh.
He's going to be taken out.
That drives me mad when you get that first no scope and you go for the second. Just pull out the BR.
Well, that's such an obedient play, man. And the thing is, though, it's like at the same time you have so much more magnetism. You have 30 meters to work with on Zoom.
And these players are so talented. They think they're going to hit it, and a lot of times they do. But in that situation, if he has pulled out his BR and hit him quick, he probably would have got out of there alive.
Yep. Maniac connects with a headshot there with the sniper rifle. That's going to put them in a little bit control of the map here. And it's going to be interesting to see what BTH does to kind of answer the call. Spartan does have the railgun, so if any fight comes to either the streets or even top middle, if Spartan decides to get a little bit froggy, he should be able to win it as long as he doesn't go for the full charge. And he's able to connect right into Cloud's mouth.
And that was, you're seeing them play slower than you'll ever really see. Spartan was basically just crouching at a corner at top close there. You won't really ever see that in 4 before. It's just not going to happen. The game's too fast, so you can get away with stuff like that. And, you know, it really does kind of seem like maybe Spartan and Proverb would put a little more time into this. They seem a little more accustomed to the 2v2 game here.
Spartan's able to take down yet another player here. That's going to put them 5 kills away, but they only have a 5-kill lead, but they have both power weapons, Maven. This is safe to say this is their game and series to lose at this point in time. Proverb in a 1v1 battle. Down he goes. Spartan still sitting bottom right. He does have the he connects.
Oh my.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, that really was, because if they got that kill, I mean, that turns into a 3-kill game with about 2 minutes left. And I was about to say, they need to kill the team twice in a hurry here to have a chance. But that was a disgusting rail by Proverb.
And, you know, now we're starting to get into that panic mode kind of time, Maven, where we're going to see as Cloud's going to grab the sniper rifle, and Maniac has a sniper rifle too. So it's like we have to kind of push them a little bit.
See, this is the problem, though. I mean, having this 2-sniper setup when the game was tied or, you know, earlier on would be awesome. Yeah. But, you know, now we see Proverb and Spartan are literally crouching around corners down low. I mean,
with this. Is this real? That's real.
Yeah.
You went for that.
Yeah, and that's why you're better off just running around the corner with the BR than trying that.
Maniac's going to shoot the shield there, and he's going to be taken out. Cloud coming up the respawn. He's bottom right. Oh!
My.
Down goes Cloud, and now this looks like Spartan and Proverb have both snipers. They are in the captain's seat, Maven.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is where you want to have 2 snipers. And, see, and again, just pull out the BR. You
live and die by it, man.
Please pull out the BR.
You know, Maven, write him a memo, man. I don't know why you're telling me. I know it.
I know. It's just twice, you know, we've seen that. Again,
to pull out the BR, and they take it.
All
Spartan
right.
the dog and Proverb proving that they not only deserve to be here, but that they're better than BTH.
Well, that was a heck of a win. I mean, after that first game, it seemed, I mean, they were down early, BTH, but they kind of dominated the second half of that game. But second game was a 1-kill game. Not a lot you can say, but there, I mean,
well, you know, the big difference was I think, you know, we saw as the sniper rifles, like, there's some times where we always talk about, like, you got to control the power weapons. You got to do everything in your power, but when you get them and you get greedy, there's times where you just get punished for having them. If you're not converting those kills, it's basically like you're wasting it. And, you know, you make yourself so... You know. They did
a great job. I mean, we said 2 games ago, you know, that's one of the maps that you can really slow it down when you get a lead. And I kind of hate to see it happen, but they made the smart play. You know, they hid low. They made them charge them several times. They just charged down, try to get no-scopes, try to get a snipe. Yeah. And it's just, you know, not a position you really want to be in. No. And it goes to Spartan and Proverb.
Yeah.
And I believe I saw. I can't remember if the winner of this is going to be playing Ola and Hines, or if the winner of this is going to be playing Formal and Enable. One of the two, but that should be
a good game.
I mean, if you would ask me before if I thought that'd be a good game, I probably would have said no. But I mean, after what we just saw there, I mean, they looked like they had some really good teamwork. They were both shooting very well. Yeah. I mean, Proverb's railgun, you know, he must have heard our trash talk on his battle rifle because his rail was on.
Yeah. Well, you know, the cool thing about 2v2s is that, you know, normally we've seen in the past, you know, you may have heard, like, you know, Chris Puckett or, you know, like Sundance say, you know, you want to control the pace of the game, like way back, like 2007 when Cassim was first introduced. In 2v2s, when you can literally control the pace of the game, you basically can win the game. And that's one of the main things that Spartan the Dog and Proverb did, you know. We saw him slow it down, and Spartan the Dog was crouched with the railgun, waiting on Blue Street. Like, that's a big mental factor because, you know, the other team asked themselves, are they at red? Is he really sitting blue? There's no way this guy's sitting blue.
Yeah.
And then they push blue, and then bam, railgun.
A lot of times you'll see there, like, you know, especially after Cloud has gotten the 1v1, and you can't argue that they're more, you know, well-known, well-respected players in the Halo community, just from, you know, back to the Halo 3 days. I think players like that typically, you know, when you kind of expect to win, you're a little less likely to play patient. You're usually going to be more aggressive because you're confident. You think you're going to go outshoot them. You think you're going to charge around. So I think that's why we saw some of those more questionable plays because they just thought they were going to win.
Yeah, you know, that's a great point. That's a great point. You know, the ego you live and die by. You know, and
it's hard. You know, it's hard to overcome that sometimes.
It really is. Yeah, that's a great eye opener for them going into the 44s, though.
Yeah.
And you know, we always hear people like, you know, the people who have been through it all, you know, like the Richie Hineses who say, take it game by game. Don't overlook anyone. Doesn't matter if it's round 1 or the championship, just game by game.
Well, we got to think, too, that's going to be a big matchup, most likely. That's going to end up probably being the losers bracket finals, most likely, because you got to think the favorite coming in here is going to be the
Is it double elimination?
sort of ambush squad. Actually,
I think it's single.
oh, well, if that's the
So,
case, then
Take that
that's
comment
still,
and throw it out the window.
yeah. We just got here. But no, the big thing. I mean, your favorite though, you're going to have basically Pistola, Heinz, Formal, and Enable. I'd say are going to be the early favorite, obviously. But then the other two teams are actually going to be, they're going to be part of both of them, and I think that's going to end up being the battle for the 2-3 spot, which now has a little more flavor.
Indeed, a lot of flavor. Flavor filled.